Welcome to SLRV Expedition Vehicles. We're here today with a brand new Commander 4x4. It's a vehicle built specifically for remote touring. It's based on the MAN TGM 13290 and a specialised body that's fit for a king. Let's take a look at it. We'll start with the MAN truck itself. The reason why it is one of the most selected vehicle bases for expedition vehicles all around the world. My thoughts on it, a great touring rig. It is a truck that's really comfortable on the road for your touring, and it has a great off-road capability. So with its high and low range 4x4, it's got its front, rear and center lockers. Really just a good all-round truck for touring and off-road work. Now the MAN can come in a number of configurations. As standard, we deck it out with a 22.5-inch steel wheel and the Michelin X-Works tyre. So that's a great tyre for your general touring, on-road and a bit of off-road. We also offer it in the much more aggressive 20-inch Michelin XZL format. On this side of the truck, you'll see the standard MAN 300-litre diesel fuel tank. Now, for our purpose, heading remote, long distances for a long time, that's just not enough. So we add another 300-litre diesel tank on the other side. Now, all these late model Euro 5 and Euro 6 trucks obviously use AdBlue. So there's no sense in us having a lot of fuel on board and having a tiny AdBlue tank. So we replace that with this larger tank, and that gives us multiple refills with our fuel. Now, as I mentioned before, the MAN is just such a great touring truck. It's an amazing, comfortable rig to drive. The cab is incredible. The seats are fully adjustable air seats, adjustable wheel. I can get into an amazing driving position. The cabin is very well laid out, and I have a great view of everything. The engine in this thing has a ton of power, a ton of torque, and coupled with the AMT transmission, driving's a breeze, and at the end of the day, you really just don't feel as fatigued. Now, we're going to take you for a bit of a drive in this rig later, but for now, let's take a little bit of a lap around the truck and see what other mods we do from SLRV. This is the first one here. You'll probably notice this set of entry steps. So we use a set of caravan motorhome steps here, and we modify them with this bracket to suit this, and this replaces the standard fixed step unit under here. Instead of climbing up vertically into the truck, this obviously brings the steps out. It brings the steps a lot lower as well, so you can actually walk into the truck and then obviously utilize our handles. Coming out of the truck, obviously, best practice, we grab our positions here. Again, a lot easier to get down to the truck, so that's a great mod. We offer that on both sides. Now, around the front of the truck, obviously this very aggressive looking bull bar we do here. So in behind here, we have a 25,000 pound Runva electric winch. All our recovery points built into the bar as well. In front of that, we have SLRV's alloy bar. For this, we utilise the existing factory headlights all built into there. Underneath the truck, it has a full bash guard under here to protect the underneath. On top here, you'll see also the Nava LED light bar. That offers some great, lower to mid distance light for that night driving. Obviously, another one of the big mods you'll see up here is SLRV's Expedition style roof rack. Offers a great platform up there with some storage boxes, and we have our windscreen bars here that are great protection for branches if you're heading through some of the scrub. We have a access ladder up onto the roof rack from this way, and then across the front of the truck you'll notice another whole series of Nava LED lights and another light bar up here, which we'll get into in a minute. Now, obviously these big rigs have some big tyres, and we need some ways to manage our tyre pressures. One of our systems has some external lines. It's a CTIS system that is adjustable from in-cab. If you don't want those lines hanging out over the outside of the rig, we can offer this one. This is the TI systems from Germany. So it's an STIS system. On each of the 4 tyres, we have one of these lines hidden away. So we basically pull over, connect one of these to each of the tyres, then we can dial this pressure up and down and set our tyre pressures all round. And we'll talk a little bit about the MAN truck and its off-road capabilities. We've gone over some of the driveline, the lockers and all that sort of stuff. But one of the things that makes this truck very capable is its ladder frame chassis design. So whenever you're off-roading, the name of the game is keep those wheels in contact with the ground. So if we can keep the wheels in contact with the ground and turning, we're always going to be moving forward, or unless we're slipping, but we're going to be doing the best we can. To do that, the ladder frame chassis of the MAN truck enables that truck to twist. The suspension that's under this truck doesn't give you a huge lot of travel, so it really relies on that chassis being able to twist into holes, dropping wheels down into holes to keep those wheels in contact with the ground. Now, when we design a body to sit on this, if we were to design a static chassis and body, and then the truck tried to twist up, obviously we would be putting all those forces up into the body, and being a composite body, it'd just tear it apart. Now, to deal with those forces, SLRV have designed a special torsion-free subframe for this body. Underneath here we have a fixed member located near the rear axle, and we have pivoting beams both front and rear. You can see by the angle here, this allows that body and that subframe to twist up. It allows the truck chassis to do its twisting and drop its wheels down into holes without putting any forces on the body at all. Now, SLRV make all their own hatches and entry door for this vehicle. As you can see here, it's a 60mm hatch, so it offers that same insulation that's provided in the walls. Well, that sums up most of the outside of this rig. Let's open up and take a look at the inside. As you can see inside here, the Commander offers a very spacious and luxurious layout, something you can head away long term and be very, very comfortable in. Same as most SLRV designs, we incorporate an electric bed over a massive lounge. Gives you a great area to sit if you're stuck inside, especially for a decent amount of time. It's a very comfortable place to be able to sit and relax. This has obviously a galley kitchen with all the amenities in it, and then a separate ensuite across the back with toilet, vanity and shower unit. Now, most of us, when we're touring remotely, will spend a lot of time outdoors. Now, this rig's set up really well out there, so we'll have a look at that in a minute. But when you have to come inside, when you have a long period of rain, something that keeps you inside, this lounge setup's perfect. It's a really good size. You can kick back in the corner and put your feet up. You've got your TV there. You can invite some guests in and play a game of cards. So it's a really good setup. Above this, we have our electric bed. It's such a great space saver. There's a full queen size bed up here. Obviously, it's set up on a set of electric actuators. Just the push of a button, we can drop this unit down. Alright, now the bed's down, you can see it's easily accessible here. This one is a queen east-west configuration. We also have this unit available in a north-south queen or king setup. As you can see in the center of this unit, we have a very well laid out galley kitchen. It's got multiple workspaces here, as you can see. This unit over here has got our double induction cooktop. We've got our tap here with our main tanks and our separate drinking water system. We'll have a little talk about that soon. Underneath here we have a huge amount of drawer storage, so you know, all good soft close drawers. These great SLRV latches that really positive lock on those, so all really high quality hardware used throughout these vehicles. This section here is also available with a Miele dishwasher through the middle there. They're very efficient and quite a popular option in the Commander as well. If we head over to this side of the vehicle, again, more storage drawers through here. We have our 200 litre fridge freezer option in here, and this one's by Isotherm. You can see that's a real nice deep fridge in there. Same with the freezer, 50 litre on that side. Again with a easily movable trays, makes storage quite easy in there. Up top here we have a number of shelves, and under that a nice big pantry unit. They're great for all the storage of all your food. Again, those really good SLRV locks. We've got some basic storage over here. Getting into appliances again, we have the Miele convection oven and microwave combo unit. So this here, obviously you can see it's a brand new unit, hasn't been used yet, but yeah, it's great for roasting, baking, or just using it as a microwave to heat up a drink or a soup. Again, a little bit more storage under here for all your cutlery. Down the bottom, we have a full household Miele washer dryer unit. So that is an 8 kilo unit. You know, so when you're out on the road, there's really no need to rough it in a rig this size. You have all these sort of home appliances to make this thing really feel like a small unit. Okay, down the back here in the ensuite, obviously we have a separate ensuite now. Pretty much all our rigs these days have separate ensuites. Again, it's what customers expect when you're buying this high-end sort of a vehicle. Over here we have the separate tiny toilet. So these are a waterless toilet. It's sort of the next evolution on from your composting toilet, where we still separate our solids and liquids, except now we don't have to compost. We have a continuously vented unit here. Our waste goes, solids go into a bag, which is easily, easily thrown out. In the larger trucks here, we also have a diverter for the liquids, so they store in a separate tank underneath the truck. Obviously in through here, we have a beautiful vanity unit here, storage overhead and double storage unit underneath, and again, separate shower unit here on the side. So we have our standard household shower system there, a nice recessed window there with your solid surface surround. A one-piece mold this shower, so really quite spacious. So you'd be surprised how big that unit is. Again, getting back to that comfort of home, not feeling like you're in some tiny camper. It just makes everything so much easier. Now, also under the seat here, we have a nice deep freeze. So this is the new Vitrifrigo unit. It can be changed from a freezer to a fridge. It's about 70 litres. Underneath here we also have our diesel heater and hot water unit. That's the heater outlet here. Going back to those services, guys, all our battery systems, our water tanks, diesel heater, hot water setup, all underneath the seats here. Again, all our lines are run inside this the body, so they're safe from being frozen up outside, and all very easily accessible and serviceable. Going up into that system here, master volt battery system under here. So we have all our controls up here. So it's basically a resettable circuit breaker board. We have controls for our master volt battery and inverter system here. In here we have the Cymarine unit that will show us all our tank levels and our solar charge. a little bit more detail about that master vault setup. So in here we have three 460 amp hour lithium batteries. We have two inverters, so we have two 3000 watt inverter chargers, giving us 6000 watts in total. You know, again, getting back to this rig and how it is more like a unit to operate. With those 6000 watts of power, we're able to operate, you know, both our fridges. We're able to operate our microwave, our cooktop, and even our aircon all at the same time. So really great system. Moving on from there, we have to look at recharging. So we have a second alternator on the truck, gives us a couple of 100 amp charge while we drive. We also have 1.6 kilowatt of solar on the roof. So a great system, a system that obviously gives you power to operate all these appliances and give you comfort, but again, a system that that recharges and it's reusable over and over. And one great option we offer on our 5.5 meter floor plans and this Commander is the electric rooftop tent. So easily accessible through a hatch here. We can put a ladder up here, electric tent. We'll lift that up in a second. We'll go up and have a look, but it's a great option for people that want to retain a floor plan down the bottom here that's suitable for two people, that offers a full kitchen, all your amenities, and still retain a full ensuite. If we were to have a set of bunks across here, we really reduce our capacity to have you know, a separate ensuite and all this room in our kitchen. So this option up here, perfect option if you've got kids or guests. Alright, so before we head back to SLRV, I'll take you for a drive in this rig in a sec. I'll show you these boxes as well. So this is the setup up here. A lot of extra storage up here. Generally for that equipment that you don't need to access all the time. But yeah, again, another great space. Right now, as I said before, most of us when we're out traveling remote, the idea is to get outside. So we love to sit outside, a couple of chairs and the open fire. So the outside area on this Commander, very well set up. It actually creates a whole nother living area. As you can see up here, we have a recessed awning. It's recessed into the body of the truck so it doesn't get caught on any branches out here. We also have, as we showed before, just a little shelf unit there for some of your little pantry items, that sort of stuff. But the big ticket item outside here is hidden in behind this hatch. We have a beautiful kitchen set up here. This is our new large kitchen setup. Pull it out here. Two really large prep areas here. This amazing Kenyan electric barbecue. Comes with a grill and a plate. Plugs in just in the box in here. You can also set up a single induction cooktop unit and plug it in there as well. All electric, guys, no gas. We also have our little hot and cold sink here as well, and a little drawer underneath for all your cutlery. So great setup in here. The only other thing we have to look at is around the back of the truck, and this is where you're going to store your chairs and tables. The back of the Commander, guys, has a huge garage. So we have a 700mm deep garage in here, full height. It's where we store our spare tyre. Comes with a full lifting crane and that to make that very easy for you. But a great spot to store a nice big camp table, your decent sized camp chairs and all your other gear. So this rear garage area here opens on a set of electric actuators. As you can see in there, we've got our spare tyre. Sort of a gantry system up there where we can slide that along to pick up various items in the boot, including a couple of e-bikes if you'd like to store those in there. This door will go right up to 90 degrees. Again, it also provides us a nice shady area under the back of the truck in the right conditions. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for the tour around the truck. I think we should get in this rig and drive it back to SLRV headquarters and see how she goes. Now, as I mentioned before, really comfortable seating position in this thing. This seat is adjustable in every way. That beautiful air suspension, I can adjust all that as well. Have my armrest down here and adjust my steering wheel so I can get it into a perfect position for driving. It just reduces that fatigue at the end of a long day of driving. AMT transmission. The new system here, all we have to do is flick it to get into drive, drop our park brake off, and off we go. Now you'll notice straight away this vehicle has a ton of torque. The AMT just does all the work there for you. You'll see here we're now in 7th gear, cruising along. Truck does it really easy. At any time you have a number of gears available up and down, and you can select them here. So we're in 10th gear now. We're only doing about 45 kilometers an hour and under 1500 RPM. If I decide that I want to drop it back a gear, we've just dropped into 11th, under 50 k's an hour. So it just shows you how much torque this thing's got. If I want to drop it down because I want to hold a few more revs for a certain situation, all I have to use is this paddle on the right. You can hear it there. Operates the clutch for me. There we go. Up to just under 2000 RPM there now. If you don't change gears manually yourself again, that'll go back into your drive mode and operate those gears for you. So we're back in 11th gear here, guys, 50 k's an hour, sitting at just over 1000 RPM. This truck's got such a great field of view, this big windscreen, great view out these windows and all our mirrors. It feels like a very safe truck to drive. And really, like it just handles well, this truck. So again, getting back to talking about certain trucks that suit an expedition vehicle build really well. You know, this truck is made to carry a, or be fully loaded. An expedition vehicle, you've always pretty much got full of water, full of fuel, and you're carrying around your house and all your gear. So you need to have a very stable platform in that situation. A few other cool features we've got in this truck here. Obviously we've got our UHF set up in here. We've got our secondary fuel tank, the gauge here, so we can show you how much fuel we've got. We've got these cool little roll down sunshades on the side of your windows as well. And this nice big display here, so all your infotainment setup. This is the Euro 5 truck, obviously be moving to Euro 6 next, so no doubt there will be a few changes in that as well, but really a very well optioned truck and very comfortable unit to tour in. Here we are heading back on the highway back to SLRV. We're sitting nicely on 100 k's an hour. Again, as I said, this vehicle is so comfortable to drive. I'm sitting here with my arms on these armrests here and cruising along, very comfortable. Great view. You can see everything in my mirrors. So it's just a sensational touring rig. Well, that concludes the tour of the SLRV Commander 4x4, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. We've got a heap of awesome builds coming up, so if you'd like to see some more, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you on the next one.